Okay, hello. Greetings to you. Yes, my cheesy Koda community members. I'm happy to have you here today. So today, I don't have a lot of things to talk about, but today I decided to add this to the things we've talked about, and that is positive energy. I'd like to ask you today, what energy do you bring to a place? What energy do you bring to a place? When you enter a place, what type of energy do you, what type of energy do you bring to a place? Now, this is um, this topic was inspired when I was really thinking about the mental health issues that are going on now. It's as though everybody's at the verge or at the edge, at the edge of falling into an emotional, a bad emotional state. It's as though people don't have so much resilience to 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 resist difficult times. There's a lot of things that are really bashing on us, and I decided to take responsibility of my space. Yes. So today I'm here to urge you to take responsibility of your space by, you know, intentionally going out there with a positive vibe. If you have to fake it, please just fake it. Fake it. There's a lot of emotional, mental health issues that are going on around us, owing to the fact that the country and the economy is not smiling. It's not smiling. There are a lot of things then on the streets of the internet and the social media. There's a lot of things that are, coming out of it that if you don't intentionally position yourself to draw strength from the right things, you find yourself going down the drain. So today I decided to come urge this little community to be an agent of positive vibes. Yes. So I've come to talk more about the positive vibes thing, because I mean, you hear people saying positive vibe. I don't want, please, if you don't have positive. Yes. So I've come here today to talk about how important it is for us to take the responsibility to be a positive vibe agent. So let's look at it like this. We know that we're emotional beings, and if we're emotional beings, we're sensitive to emotions. If you're with someone and they're critical, they criticize everything you do, not that they constructively criticize it, not that they say, okay, you did, you always, constructive, there's this constructive criticism that would, prompt you to make a change and to go the right direction. But there are criticisms that are just there to pull you down and to cause you to remain down. So if we must be agents of positive change, we must be carriers of positive vibes. We must be people that when we come to a space, if everybody was, depressed, sad, in despair, they don't know, there was no bearing or no direction, we should be people that bring hope. We should be people that bring some positivity to whatever negative situation is. We should be people that turn our eyes to seek positive, to seek positive light, even when it seems as though there is no light. That's a very big challenge. That's a very big responsibility. We need to take that responsibility intentionally. That's a lot of work. Yes, this requires us to come out of ourselves, because sometimes you're happy. If you choose happiness, most of the time it's not because everything is rosy, there is no problem, or everything is just going as perfect as you would like it to be, but it's because you have chosen to see it that all things are working together for your good. All things are working together for your good. And I speak, of course, I'm a child of God, and I believe in divine purpose. I believe in, a destiny that God has called me for, and I believe that, I'm not going to have it very easy. That challenges will come, that the devil will throw, arrows, but that because I am in Christ Jesus, all things are working together for my good. So this is where I draw my strength from. And over again, because I believe that and I trust in my God, that way I've been able to surmount so many challenges. So having that positive energy is not going to come if you have not, drawn strength from somewhere, and if you don't have a higher thinking that is just above the very regular, that's just above just what you can see. You should be able to have another sight, another vision that is beyond what everyone can see. You should have some purpose, some drive that is beyond what everyone can see. So this being said, it's actually not easy to be that person that that want to bring that want to see things from the positive light. Most of the time, people are going to talk back at you. People are going to say that you don't know what you're talking about. That please, if you don't have anything to say, you should keep quiet. And sometimes when you start saying it, even to yourself, you sound stupid, you sound foolish, you sound as though you're not in touch with reality. But you're saying it because it's with joy that we draw strength. Even if things are hard, and we decide to talk about how hard it is, and we decide to talk about how hard it is without solutions, without seeing how to solve the problem, and we just beat up ourselves with the negativity of it, how we are down because of the situation. Now, looking at that from that direction, it doesn't take us anywhere. It doesn't bring any solution. It doesn't bring anything positive. There is no hope. And if there is no hope, it's as good as wishing for death. It's as good as committing suicide. It means you're saying that there is no hope. There is no need. There is no need to talk about. There is no need to expect something good. Whereas if we decide to look at that thing critically and look at the positives, when things are hard, the truth is that when things are hard, we're forced to make changes. We're forced to rethink and see how to make things work. When situations are difficult, in the office, when things are hard, you're forced to look for other strategies. So that's a positive. That makes you creative. That makes you think about other ways to solve problems. That makes you have a problem-solving mind. So that's a positive. So if we decide to go the positive route of making sure that in our head, no matter the situation, something happened about 3 days ago. I was going to somewhere and I was with my Google map, and it was supposed to be 10 minutes drive from where I was, but I didn't exactly know how to get there because of the roads. And then I decided to use my Google map, and I found myself missing the road and having to go another extra 15 minutes ahead of me before I realized that I was off, because I kept going and I looked. I'm like, is this not 10 minutes drive? Why am I so at that point, oh God, I was so number one, I felt funny. I felt somehow like, how could something that is just 10 minutes drive, with this whole issue of fuel, that I'm driving all the way? So I had to start, engaging this principle, I'm like, all things are working together for my good. Hey, I just told myself there's something better, something good is coming out of this situation. I will not choose sadness. I will not sulk. Yes, it was at first I felt awkward. At first it felt awkward. I felt like someone that, what's this thing? Jeez, what are you doing? So, but I just, and all of a sudden I started singing. I can. So I just started singing, and then before I knew it, I tried to find my way back, and I checked my map again, and I found my way back to the place. On the other side of the road, I could sight the gate of where I was going to. And then by the time I took the roundabout and then turned, I was still looking at the Google map, and I don't know what took my mind off, because there were a lot of people, a lot of roads, people were just honking at me, and I just passed the gate again. This time around, I just told myself, I told God, God, please, whatever it is that you're trying to do, please, I just choose to trust you, and I choose not to be sad. I was just talking to myself, and all of a sudden I started laughing about the situation. So I just stopped by and asked the woman. She showed me another route. Now, the positive I decided to take out of that thing. Number one, that place is supposed to be very close to where I stay, and I'm not somebody that usually navigate and just start cruising everywhere. But I found out some places that on a normal day, if I'm just going to go straight there, I wouldn't know that those places exist. And I found out places that I could explore some other time. Then that was one. Then because I arrived the place at the time I did, the program hadn't started, and I was wondering if I'd come so early, then I would have waited a longer time before it would start, and I would have been bored. That was number two. So this is me trying to pick up. This is me teaching you actively. Then number three, it was important for me to meet with the facilitator of the program, because it was important to me though. It was very important to me. So when I came in and I went to register and enter into the venue, so I came out to eat. As I was just coming out, I met the facilitator. He was just walking in, and I introduced myself and blah blah, So looking at it now, if I'd come at the time I did, maybe I don't know, maybe I would have been in the car waiting, and I wouldn't even know when the facilitator went. I wouldn't have connected the way I did, networked the way I did. So this is me looking at this very dumb situation in a positive light. This is me actively doing it. So then, if somebody comes to me and they're sad about a situation, especially if it's a younger person, and by God's grace, through experience, sometimes I look at that thing, and if there's any situation that I can relate with in my life that looks like what that person is going through, I can start looking at, I can start comparing. And before I open my mouth to talk, I must be sure that what I am about to bring out will bring life, will bring hope. Yes, we don't want to be outside reality, but if you have that, if you already have that mindset of trying to look at things with God's own eyes, with the eyes of hope, with the eyes of love, if you decide God is love and you decide to look at it from a loving perspective, if I were this person's mother or what exactly would I be telling this my child, this my son, or this my daughter? Would I talk down on them? if they come with an idea and the idea looks way bigger than what we can tell them, okay, you're taking this leap, take this leap, but what I think is that you should make sure that you have a plan B, plan A. These are the things I think may come out, so just make sure that you're asking the right questions, you're meeting the right people. So long and short, I want us to take responsibility of the energy we bring to a place. The energy we carry wherever we go to. And sometimes most times the work will have to start from you. You have to be somebody that has worked on yourself, that is self-aware and knows that no matter how difficult the situation is, if I'm anchored to God, the Supreme One, that He has a way of making things work for my good. I don't have to know that way. I don't have to understand that way. Just I have to believe, because if I don't believe that He has a way He's going to make things work out for my good, it's not going to work out for my good. That's the truth. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If I don't believe it, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out for me. But if I believe in my God's ability to make things to work out for my good, forget about it. It may not come immediately, but as you push on that belief, and you push and push and push and push, before you know it, you're going to see trickle of hope. You're going to see it, it's going to see that flashes. You're going to see favor here and there that is going to encourage you and make you know that God is aware of your situation. You're going to even get fulfillment in seeing that you are a burden bearer. You're trying to, if you bring joy to someone because you decided to speak something in a good light, to see something in a good light, and you were able to give somebody hope, and they were able to go with that hope because you were a positive influence to them and you brought some positive energy, and they run out to do that thing and eventually succeed, and they come to you with the success story. You're going to feel so fulfilled. So there are a lot of benefits of you wanting to carry that positive energy. So this is it. This is all what I came to say today, and I hope that this is a blessing to you. So thank you for listening to me once again. God bless you. Bye. Ciao, ciao.